Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to another episode of Engineering with Shamil. And today we are going to discuss about the concept of smoke spread. And we are going to continue the series that is the Lucknow fire incident series. So this is the third episode in that series. And one of the things that we have understood from the Lucknow fire incident series is that 15 people have died on 22nd of June 2026, and it was in it was like around 2:45 p.m. in the afternoon. It was local time, and the building had comprised of a pet shop in the ground floor, and there was this gaming animation and gaming center which was located in the upper floors. And so in some of the reports, it suggests that the gaming center means that center was actually used for the entrance coaching preparation as well. And like the 15 people have lost their lives because of that mishap. Now, one of the observations was that the staircase which was there had only one staircase in the building which is connecting to all the floors. There was no alternate route. So people couldn't escape from the building because of the fire. And another observation was that people have died due to the inhalation of the smoke. So let us see what exactly happened when the smoke when the entire building was engulfed with smoke and which was followed by flames. So let us go to the first slide. So the smoke is actually an invisible killer. Okay, so when compared to the flames, smoke is more deadlier and it is faster than fire. So the real reason why people die is because not because of the flames. Of course, flames, yes, when you come in touch with flames, yes, you actually have damage, and it will lead you towards death, but it will lead towards death. But more harmful is the inhalation of smoke. So let us see exactly happened. What exactly happened in the Lucknow incident? So in Lucknow, in the building in the Elegance district, Elegance town, what happened was when the fire broke out, the flames were the main killer. The main killer was actually the smoke because the entire building was engulfed with smoke, which was filled with toxic smoke, and it didn't take much time actually. It took within minutes actually because of the toxic smoke. As I said before, the reason for the fire is not yet disclosed. It's not yet found out, but one of the observation was that the entire building was covered with smoke, and the people who were trapped inside the building, especially in the gaming center and in the washrooms, they couldn't consider they thought that they were safe, but in reality what happened was the smoke started entering into those rooms as well, and because of that the occupants found it difficult to breathe. So the only staircase which was there in that building, it actually became a chimney of poisonous gases. It was filled with toxic gases. So the reality is that the shocking statistic is that smoke actually kills more than the flames. Okay, it kills more than the fire. So 80% of the fire deaths are caused by the smoke inhalations. It is not because of the burns, but it is because of the toxic gases like the toxic gases which are present in smoke, like the carbon monoxide and the hydrogen cyanide. So the smoke will actually incapacitate a person within seconds. So it can cause disorientation. Okay, can cause suffocation, and it can cause unconsciousness, disorientation, suffocation, and unconsciousness. And the smoke consists of superheated gases, that is that when you inhale them it will actually damage the lungs. So all these reasons are enough for one person to for the death of one person. All these reasons are more than enough. So that's why the smoke is more deadlier than flames. So why smoke is so dangerous? So smoke is dangerous because it contains toxic gases like carbon monoxide. So when you inhale carbon monoxide, what happens is it will actually come inside your blood, and it will starve the brain of oxygen. Okay, that is the oxygen supply to the brain will be cut off. Then, especially and also it contains the gases like hydrogen cyanide that is very toxic at very low concentration. And the smoke when it is present, it will actually block your vision, and you will have zero visibility in seconds. It will disorient people. Okay, that is people will lose sense of direction and panic. And the smoke is actually superheated. That is the gases which is there in the smoke, they are superheated, that it can be 200 plus degrees Celsius at head height. Okay, and when you are inhaling those superheated gases, it will burn your lungs. So this is the reason why smoke is deadlier. Now how can we prevent the circulation of smoke? So one of the techniques, one of the concept which is there in the fire protection is compartmentation. So what is compartmentation? Compartmentation is basically you are dividing a building into fire rated compartments. Okay, so you are using fire resistant walls, floors and doors. Now normally a room will have a wall, floor and doors, right? So it has four walls, it has one ceiling, one floor, one room ceiling and one room floor, and then it has a door. So all these components of a room, they will be fire rated protected. Okay, they will be having a fire protection. Okay, so the goal of having fire rated walls, floors, and doors is that it is to contain the fire and smoke to the room or floor where it started. That is, in case if there is a fire or smoke inside a room, that particular smoke or fire will be actually prevented from uh, will be prevented from spreading to the next room. So because of that, these walls and doors were actually formed. So this is the basic idea of compartmentation. So the main purpose of compartmentation is to prevent the spread of smoke and fire to escape routes and other areas, so that the occupants can evacuate safely. So this is about compartmentation. Now, what are the requirements of the fire code when it comes to the fire rated walls and floors? So when it comes to the compartmentation. So these are the following items. So the first thing is fire rated walls and floors. That is, the walls and the floor should be having a fire rated protection of fire resistance of 1 to 4 hours. Okay, that is number one. Number two, fire doors. So fire doors are basically, it is self closing, and with fire rated seals it will actually automatically shut. That means the fire doors are actually self closing. Okay, and with fire rated seals, it should be with fire rated seals, and if and the fire doors will be automatically shut. Now, the next item is smoke barriers. The walls will be designed specifically to limit smoke movement. So, smoke barriers are nothing but walls. They will be designed specifically to limit the smoke movement. Then we have fire dampers. So fire dampers is a component in the HVAC systems. That is, when the fire occurs, then the fire dampers will be closed. Okay. Then we have the penetration seals. So all the gaps around the pipes and the cables must be sealed. Now, what happened in Lucknow? What were the violations that we have observed in Lucknow? So, what the building got wrong was that there was no fire doors in the staircase. Okay, so the smoke easily entered within minutes. Within minutes, not within minutes, instantly actually. When the fire started, instantly the smoke entered and it covered the entire staircase. Okay, that is number one. Number two, there was no smoke barriers between the floors. So, smoke, when it got an opportunity, when there was a way to travel, it actually covered the entire this thing, staircase. So there was no smoke barrier and there was no fire door. Then there was no compartmentation as well. None of the rooms which was there in the building were fire protected. Okay, it had one open stairway and it all connected to all the levels, and the smoke and the fire easily spread to all other levels. Then there was no fire rated enclosure. The staircase became a chimney. That is, all the toxic gases, all the flames, everything was engulfed was actually there in the staircase. So it was actually like it was like the staircase was acting like a hot chimney. Now, what happens without the compartmentation? If you don't have a compartmentation, what will happen? So the smoke which start, in case if it starts from the ground floor, it will easily travel directly to the upper floors, and then the entire building will be filled with toxic gases within minutes. And the escape route, that is a staircase, was unusable almost immediately, especially in case of Lucknow. The escape route was actually the staircase, and that was the only escape route. And like we have discussed in the previous video, that was the single point of failure, and because of that failure only, the entire building became useless, and because of that only, we had 15 people lost their lives. So the escape route was unusable because the occupants who were trapped, they couldn't come out, and the firefighters who were there, they couldn't go inside to rescue the occupants, and the occupants did not have any safe haven. There was no fire protected room where they can actually seek refuge. Okay, so it was completely filled with smoke. So this is what happens when you don't have compartmentation in buildings. So the main purpose of compartmentation, as I said before, it was actually to prevent the spread of smoke and fire to the escape routes and other areas so that the occupants can safely evacuate from the building. So another idea is that another goal is that if you are having compartmentation, what happens is you can actually buy time. That is, you can have more time so that people can easily escape. You can buy time for this one. So fire is not the only enemy. Flames are not the only enemy. Actually, the real villain is the smoke. So the smoke, once the fire starts, the smoke is the one that will actually cause rapid movement, and it is the one which is more toxic. And because of that, only 80% of the fire deaths occur because of the inhalation of smoke. If the building is properly compartmented, that is, if it is properly divided into fire resistant rooms, it will actually slow all the smoke movement. So if there is lower smoke, it will give you more time to detect, more time to escape, and be rescued easily. So you can buy time because of that smoke, because of that compartmentation. And without the compartmentation, what happens is a small fire will become a death trap in minutes. Okay, so if you don't have proper compartmentation, a small fire within the building, it will become a death trap in minutes. So this is about the smoke spread and the importance of compartmentation. So I hope the video is clear with regards to the compartmentation aspect and how smoke can be harmful for the occupants. So in case if you have any queries, questions, doubts regarding this particular video, kindly do post them in the comment section and I would be happily obliged to respond to each and every query. And before I sign off, I would humbly request all of you to kindly like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Engineering with Shamil, because it will serve me. It will be a motivation for me to create more such content for you, for my viewers. And thank you once again. And I wish all of you a good day ahead. Thank you.